Welcome to the world of top 20 jaw-dropping 3D games on Game Boy Advance, where the impossible meets the portable. These games pushed the GBA to its limits, delivering stunning graphics, epic gameplay, and more than a few moments of how on earth is this even running? Prepare for pixelated magic, explosive action, and a healthy dose of nostalgia. Now, like, comment, and subscribe to this video if you're ready to witness the GBA flexing its 3D muscles like never before. Doom 2. Stepping into the boots of a lone, gun-toting hero on a mission to save Earth, you'll face hordes of demons and a city overrun by chaos. After the destruction of humanity's last hope, the plan to escape Earth is thwarted by a demonic force field. Guess who's got to fix it? Spoiler, it's you. But the stakes get even higher as you learn that the invasion didn't end there. It's still coming straight from your hometown. So, you jump into hell itself, battling your way through infernal landscapes, all while using a new, double-barreled shotgun that makes your enemies rethink their life choices. The gameplay ramps up with new, tougher foes, and the larger, non-linear levels will have you running in circles and probably in panic as you hunt for weapons, health pickups, and those sweet, sweet secrets. It's a full-on slugfest of epic proportions, and no, your inventory doesn't get wiped out every level, thankfully. Multiplayer? Oh yeah, this classic also lets you blow off some steam with a friend over dial-up or LAN. So, if you thought hell had a soft spot, think again. This is an adrenaline-fueled ride straight to the heart of darkness.
Hail to the king, baby.
Duke Nukem Advance. A top-tier alien-slaying romp awaits as Duke Nukem takes on an intergalactic threat with his signature swagger and a backpack full of explosives. Starting with a covert mission to Area 51, things quickly escalate, leading Duke through the temples of Egypt and into the heart of an alien conspiracy. After discovering a stasis-filled army of hybrid creatures set to destroy Earth, it's up to our cigar-chomping hero to take down their power source, and not just that, he blows up a temple in the process. But things don't stop there. Duke teleports straight into a doomsday weapon plot in Sydney, then ends up aboard a massive alien spaceship full of hostages, dodging death, saving clones, and cracking a lot of wise one-liners. The gameplay, though technically limited by the GBA, still packs in fun with smooth controls, a variety of weapons, and a map feature to uncover secrets. Of course, Duke's quest doesn't just involve shooting up aliens, it also involves saving cloned versions of an agent he's never met and saving humanity while making sure there's always time for the debriefing. Classic Duke style. Spider-Man 2 GBA. Web-swinging through the streets of a bustling city, you're tasked with stopping a mad scientist-turned-villain while managing the classic chaos of a superhero's personal life. Peter Parker is juggling his role as Spider-Man with the weight of his secret identity, and it's causing tension with loved ones. But when his mentor, Otto Octavius, becomes the sinister Dr. Octopus after a failed experiment, the stakes are raised to apocalyptic levels. The gameplay allows you to zoom through the city, saving the day by battling criminals, stopping speeding cars, and rescuing innocent bystanders with a delightful array of web-slinging and combat moves. The physics engine lets you feel the fluidity of Spidey's iconic web-swinging, despite its hardware limitations. Meanwhile, the story unfolds with familiar faces like Mary Jane, Black Cat, and J. Jonah Jameson, adding layers of emotional conflict as Spider-Man navigates the delicate balance between love and duty. Throw in some classic villain showdowns, including battles with Mysterio and Rhino, and you've got a solid, webbed-up adventure. The cherry on top? A final showdown with Dr. Octopus that changes Peter's life forever. 007 Nightfire. Imagine being a suave British secret agent, sipping martinis and taking down bad guys, all while navigating the high-stakes world of espionage and international intrigue. The game's plot kicks off with Bond teaming up with Dominique Paradis to stop a stolen nuclear weapon in Paris, only for things to escalate when a missile guidance chip for a new space station gets nabbed. From the glittering parties in Austria to a high-octane mission in Japan, Bond faces betrayals, explosions, and a whole lot of villains. This fast-paced roller coaster leads Bond to the sinister industrialist Raphael Drake, who has plans to use the Space Defense Platform, SDP, to dominate the world. As you tackle enemy forces and infiltrate various international locales, you're equipped with real-life inspired gadgets and weapons, making each mission feel like a classic Bond film. The Game Boy Advance version takes all this intrigue and condenses it into an action-packed, portable adventure that retains the essence of the larger console experience, minus the driving segments. It's a blast from start to finish. Asterix and Obelix XXL. A quiet day in the village turns into a chaotic mission as Asterix and Obelix, with their trusty sidekick Dogmatix, are thrown into action after the Romans attack their peaceful home. The plot begins with a dramatic rescue mission where the duo must free kidnapped villagers, uncover Caesar's sinister plans, and smash through a whole lot of Roman soldiers. The gameplay mixes puzzle solving with classic brawling, allowing players to swap between Asterix and Obelix depending on the task. Each character has their own set of strengths. Obelix is your powerhouse, able to crush crates and move heavy platforms, while Asterix is the swift one, carrying the essential torch to solve puzzles. Combat is a delightful brawl, with Asterix and Obelix delivering crushing blows to Romans and using magic potions to unleash chaos. Add in Dogmatix, who can disarm enemies with a quick bite, and you've got a lot of fun destruction on your hands. As you progress through the game, you'll battle against Roman war machines in epic boss fights, and collect helmets from defeated foes, which can be exchanged for power-ups. If you want to move faster between areas, hop into a catapult for a speedy launch. It's an action-packed, puzzle-solving, Roman-bashing adventure with Asterix and Obelix at the helm, and it's definitely a wild ride. Kill Switch. In this intense third-person shooter, you play as Nick Bishop, a super soldier controlled remotely through a neural link, tasked with bringing the world to the brink of war. The game's standout feature, the cover system. It's all about finding shelter, peeking out from behind walls, and engaging in tactical firefights, much like the Time Crisis series, but with the added challenge of strategically using the environment. As the story unfolds, Bishop begins to remember his tragic past, which includes a mysterious woman, his wife, and a dark betrayal orchestrated by the villainous Archer. As memories flood back, Bishop's rage builds, and you'll fight your way through hordes of enemies to confront the mastermind and exact your revenge. Gameplay-wise, you'll need to make clever use of cover to outwit your enemies, using the environment to your advantage in tight, claustrophobic settings. Critics also pointed out the game's repetitive nature, but once you master the controls, the experience can be quite engaging. For those seeking a solid, action-packed shooter with a focus on tactical cover and combat, Kill Switch delivers just enough to make it a fun, albeit brief, experience. Driver 2 Advance. In this action-packed follow-up to the original Driver, you take on the role of John Tanner, a slick undercover cop chasing down gangsters and criminals across 4 sprawling cities. Driver 2 expands on the first game's formula by allowing Tanner to leave his car and explore on foot, commandeer other vehicles, and get deeper into the story. The gameplay mixes high-speed chases and dynamic car-based missions, with a side of Hollywood-style cutscenes to spice up the action. Whether you're tailing witnesses, evading cops, or taking out enemy cars, Driver 2 keeps things fast-paced and thrilling. Set in cities like Chicago, Havana, Las Vegas, and Rio de Janeiro, each environment is massive and filled with opportunities for chaos. The open-world design gives you the freedom to just take a ride and explore between missions, making it more than just a linear driving game. The story is packed with twists and turns involving gangsters, mobsters, and a whole lot of criminal activity. As Tanner navigates between rival crime factions, you'll find yourself in increasingly dangerous missions. While the GBA version took a more portable approach with 4-player link options, the core experience still delivers thrilling car chases and tense, story-driven moments. Wolfenstein 3D. You're dropped into a Nazi-infested castle as BJ Blazkowicz, and right from the start, it's a non-stop action fest. Escape, survive, and destroy everything in sight. Armed with pistols, machine guns, and a trusty chain gun, you'll battle through hallways swarming with Nazis, attack dogs, and other nasty surprises. The whole thing feels like a shoot first, ask questions never kind of experience, with each level packed with hidden rooms, treasures, and enemies you'll want to unload on. It's like running through a maze of mayhem, with new, crazier enemies popping up as you progress. The Nazis aren't just your average bad guys. They're playing around with some seriously dark experiments, and you'll soon find yourself fighting mutant soldiers and undead creatures. And of course, the big bad is none other than Adolf Hitler himself, who's sporting a robot suit with enough chain guns to make your head spin. What could be better? Well, how about the Spear of Destiny expansion, where things get even weirder? Fighting Nazis trying to summon demons. Yeah, that's happening. This game was groundbreaking back in the day, and while the graphics may feel outdated now, the fast-paced action is still a blast.
Tron, a legendary program with great skill in battle, has been called to combat this new and terrible threat. Mercury, an advanced life cycle program designed for speed and stealth, also finds herself defending the system.
Tron 2.0 Killer App. You're thrust into the digital world as Jet Bradley, the son of the original film's Alan Bradley. And it's your job to navigate this pixelated landscape filled with data corruption and rogue programs. As a first-person shooter, Tron 2.0 drops you into the heart of various computers, from mainframes to PDAs, all while solving puzzles and completing missions. Your trusty identity disk, a weapon that can slice through enemies and objects before returning to your side like a boomerang. But it's not just a combat tool. This disk stores data too, making it the key to unlocking new abilities and weapons. The real fun starts when you start upgrading Jet, customizing his abilities by installing subroutines in memory slots and boosting his skills through versions like software updates. As you level up, these subroutines get better and more efficient, but your memory is limited, so you've got to make every upgrade count. The world's not just about battling viruses and enemy programs. There's also the fast-paced, iconic light cycle races, where you'll dodge walls, power-ups, and opponents, all while trying to destroy them with your own jet wall. Silent Scope. You're on the front lines as a sniper, tasked with rescuing the president's family after a daring terrorist attack. The first family is held hostage, and you're the only one who can take out the bad guys from high-rise buildings, tracking terrorists through sniper scopes and making decisions on the fly for each mission. The tension is high, and your job is to eliminate the threats with precision. One wrong shot, and you could take out innocent bystanders. Gameplay is where Silent Scope gets creative. You're not just aiming with a controller, but using an actual mounted rifle, physically moving and adjusting your position like a true sniper. You're given a close-up view of your surroundings through the rifle's scope, making every shot feel more immersive. And it's not always easy. Some levels are pitch dark, requiring the use of night vision to spot enemies. As you progress, you'll have limited time and health, with bonus points for taking out the terrorists with headshots and extra rewards for helping out innocent civilians. You'll also be able to choose different paths in each mission, facing different bosses based on your choices. And when the time comes for that one final shot, you better make it count. Star Ecks. You're flying through space in the ultimate showdown against enemy forces, zipping past asteroids, dodging laser fire, and trying to stay ahead of the relentless bad guys. Welcome to Star Ecks, where the action is fast, the ships are sleek, and the stakes are out of this world. This rail shooter takes inspiration from the legendary Star Fox, with intense on-rails dogfights that push your reflexes to the limit. Armed with laser cannons and missiles, you'll blast your way through waves of enemies while trying to keep your ship intact. The gameplay is pure rail shooter excitement. No need to worry about navigating the open space, as the game takes care of your movement, letting you focus solely on blasting everything in sight. Expect rapid-fire action, with some of the most vibrant space environments and enemy ships to take down. Each stage offers a new challenge, whether it's dogfighting in the depths of space or taking down massive bosses that could easily be the size of planets. The game's pacing and graphics might be a bit retro by today's standard, but for its time on the Game Boy Advance, it was a thrilling ride. Get ready to lock onto targets, avoid enemy traps, and engage in some high-speed space combat. This one's a blast.
Hey, I just traveled around the world to find the most outrageous locations for a new downhill championship. I found some really cool places to race, but now I need to round up some of the best racers to compete.
Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam. Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam flips the script on traditional skateboarding games by combining racing with the iconic tricks from the Tony Hawk series. As a member of Tony Hawk's skate team, your mission is to recruit new skaters and take on your arch-nemesis, Antonio Segul, in high-speed showdowns. The game gives you the chance to race through various downhill courses filled with ramps, obstacles, and insane shortcuts. But it's not all about the speed. You'll need to bust out tricks and grinds to rack up points and boost your abilities. The faster you go, the bigger your score, and the more fun you'll have chaining together sick combos while avoiding traffic and dodging hazards. The DS version even throws in a story mode where you recruit skaters, building up your team to take on Segul's crew in epic showdowns. Want to test your skills? Try the Downhill Challenge mode, where you can race as either Tony Hawk or Kevin Starb, aiming to rack up points while beating the clock. Jimmy Neutron versus Jimmy Negatron. In this wacky adventure, you'll step into the shoes of Jimmy Neutron, the genius kid inventor who's up against his evil doppelganger, Jimmy Negatron, in a race to save Retroville from total destruction. It all kicks off when Jimmy tries to impress Cindy by building a time machine. However, things go hilariously wrong, and instead of traveling back in time, Jimmy and his trusty robot dog, Goddard, end up trapped in cages in Negatron's villainous lair. The gameplay is a puzzle-solving frenzy as you navigate through different environments, battling enemies and overcoming obstacles to advance. You'll also face off against enemies in intense boss fights, using both your wits and your quick reflexes to defeat them. The game mixes third-person 3D action with brain-teasing puzzles, making it both fun and challenging. As you progress, you'll uncover Negatron's evil plot to take over Retroville, and it's up to you to outsmart this twisted version of your... Medal of Honor Underground. The plot kicks off in 1940, with France under the grip of the Vichy regime. After the death of her brother Jacques during a heist, Manon joins forces with the OSS, embarking on daring missions across North Africa and Europe. Her goal, to foil Nazi defenses and bring them to their knees before the final mission to liberate Paris and avenge Jacques' death. The gameplay is filled with objective-based missions, where you'll need to acquire important items, interact with objects, destroy enemy targets, and of course, battle it out with tanks and half-track. Along the way, you'll use a variety of weapons, from pistols to rifles, and even employ disguises to blend in with the enemy. There's a real sense of teamwork too, as you'll fight alongside friendly allies in some intense battles. For extra fun, after completing the game, you unlock a bonus level where you play as Lieutenant Jimmy Patterson, taking on zombies, robotic soldiers, and vehicles driven by dogs. Because why not throw in some chaos for good measure? Iridion 3D. You're in the pilot seat of humanity's last hope, an experimental SHN fighter, racing through space to fend off the alien Iridion from annihilating Earth. The plot takes you from Earth's atmosphere to the farthest reaches of space, with each mission pushing you closer to the final showdown on the Iridion homeworld. The visuals, though manipulated 2D sprites, look stunning for the Game Boy Advance. And despite some repetitive gameplay, Iridion 3D delivers a nostalgic space combat experience that's both challenging and visually impressive for its time. The game kicks off with Earth under siege, the Iridion laying waste to the planet's surface and setting up an orbital blockade. Rip through waves of alien fighters, dodge obstacles like asteroids, and power your way through hordes of enemies on your journey from Earth to the Iridion homeworld. The ship's speed is fixed, so you'll have to rely on your reflexes to avoid damage and take down enemies, ranging from simple drones to massive bosses. Each level culminates in a boss fight, where you'll target weak points to break through their defenses. The real twist? You've got 5 weapon types, each with 3 power levels, so it's all about upgrading and strategically using the right weapons at the right time. Ice 9. You're Tom Carter, a recruit thrown into the deep end of espionage as you navigate a world of danger, deception, and a diabolical computer virus called Ice 9. The game's plot mirrors that of the film The Recruit, though it takes a few twists and turns as you uncover a conspiracy within the CIA. Armed with your trusty handgun, you'll face off against enemy soldiers in tense first-person firefights, all while trying to prevent the virus from falling into the wrong hands. Ice 9 delivers 3D graphics, which is a rare feat for the Game Boy Advance, making the action feel more immersive as you fight through different levels. You'll need to keep an eye on ammo, health, and lives as you strategically take down enemies. The outdoor settings are nicely detailed, with environmental elements like trees and overcast skies, creating a somewhat cinematic experience for a handheld shooter. The game's mechanics are simple yet effective. Just aim, shoot, and survive while uncovering secrets. While the gameplay is linear, the story and intense moments will keep you engaged, a hidden gem for fans of espionage and first-person shooters. Greg Hastings' tournament Paintball Maxed. This game puts you in control of a tournament paintball team, where you'll be running, crouching, and shooting your way through a variety of challenging tournaments. As you advance, you'll have access to over 29 tournaments and 12 new markers. The game builds on its predecessor with new features, like the Breakout Manager, where you can strategize your team's movements and shooting styles before the action kicks off. You can customize the field with various bunkers and obstacles, making each match unique. Team management is key, and with up to 3 friends joining in split-screen co-op, you can team up and tackle the game together, coordinating tactics and covering each other's backs. But it's not just about shooting, it's about outsmarting your opponents, giving commands to your team, and positioning them for success. With its fast-paced gameplay, realistic paintball mechanics, and deep customization options, Maxed delivers an experience that'll keep you hooked. Just remember, the real challenge isn't just hitting your targets, it's staying one step ahead of the competition on the paintball field. Ecks versus Sever. Here, you're thrust into a deadly game of cat and mouse, choosing to play as either the relentless agent Ecks or the mysterious Sever. The game is a spin-off of the 2002 action movie Ballistic Ecks vs. Sever, which, let's be honest, wasn't exactly a masterpiece, but it had its moments. As you battle through various levels, each character has their own unique missions that overlap and build towards the epic showdown you've been waiting. Boss fights against the other character? Oh, they're definitely in the mix. The gameplay is classic early FPS fare, tank-like controls and 2D sprite enemies, but somehow it works in this retro, nostalgic way. Movement is a bit stiff, but the satisfaction of blowing away enemies, or the occasional boss, is undeniable. You'll need to make good use of your weapons and strategy to defeat your enemies, all while progressing through levels that have more than a few tricks up their sleeve. Oh, and the password system? It's there to keep your progress alive, because we all know that saving games back in the day was a bit of a hassle. Dark Arena. Step into the shoes of Angelina Bradshaw, a special operations agent sent to a top-secret military training facility on a remote alien planet. The facility, known as Dark Arena, was supposed to be a controlled environment where genetically engineered creatures were created to train troops, but something went horribly wrong. The security failsafes designed to keep the deadly creatures in check failed, and now the facility is overrun with GEOs, genetically engineered organisms, turning it into a nightmare of alien horrors. With all her team members wiped out, Angelina is left alone to navigate the facility, battling her way through swarms of mutants and trying to stay alive long enough to escape. The stakes are high. If she doesn't make it out, a nuclear strike will be launched to wipe out the entire island, GEOs included. The ending changes based on the difficulty you choose. On easy, things don't end so well for Angelina, as she's ambushed at the hangar. On medium, she escapes, but not without a close call. And on hard mode, she's the ultimate survivor, clearing out every last monster in the facility before making her escape to face the next mission. Dark Arena may not have the most intricate plot, but it's packed with tense moments, lethal enemies, and explosive action, all in the palm of your hand. And there you have it, 20 jaw-dropping 3D games on the Game Boy Advance that made you believe in portable miracles. From mind-blowing graphics to intense gameplay, these titles prove that the GBA was capable of much more than we ever expected. Have a favorite? Drop a comment, smash that like button, and hit subscribe for more gaming nostalgia and hidden gems. Who knew the GBA could do all this? Keep playing, keep exploring, and keep having fun.